Oh, hello. Oh, hello, Wicked. Right, cool. Let's rock. Okay, so this is the day before Awesome Games Done Quick, and to be honest, I'm going to be very antisocial in that time. I'm just going to be watching loads of Awesome Games Done Quick. Absolutely awesome. But for today, what have we got planned for today? Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to introduce life bars. I realised that we've got we don't actually need the life bars, but I think it will just make the game look a little bit better. I haven't worked out exactly where we're going to fix it, but let's have a little look at the actual gameplay and try and work out where we're going to put the life bars where it makes sense. And I've got an interesting way of making life bars that it's a slightly unique way. But I want to kind of give it a shot. I think it will look pretty good. Right, so we've got a big number saying 50 here, but maybe we should just have, instead of 50, we should have a life bar that says 50 out of 50 or something. The main reason that I'm looking to do all of this is, it's to make it look better, but I've got a card that I'm looking to introduce as well that is here. It's called Ultimate Greed, and it's if you have played 3 or more cards in a turn, then you play this one. You gain maximum hit points and then vanquish it. So it's going to be one of those cards where you're like, oh, I really want to make sure I get that off each turn. And I realised, how will you know if you've got maximum hit points if you've just got a number to indicate your life? So that is what we're going to be working on today. Obviously, ideally, I'll make the card as well. But I feel this life bar. Well, we'll see. We'll see where we go with it. Right. So what are we looking to do first? Right now, this is going to sound crazy. You're going to be like, "Where is he going with this? This doesn't mean anything." Okay. So I have a plan. I have a plan that we'll see. We'll see if it pays off. So first of all, I'm going to go into Asaprite. Obviously, I should have had this open. I'm just going to drink some coffee while it's loading up. And it's like, where is he going? What's he doing? Why does he need to go into Asaprite? Surely he will have had a life bar stuff like sprites already, and I do, but I don't actually need them because as I say, I've made other games that have life bars, so I've got plenty a sort of quite a few things that I can pick from, but I'm going to just create one straight off the bat, and you're going to be probably asking questions throughout, thinking, this isn't the traditional shape of a life bar, but it'll look good. Don't worry, it'll make sense. Right, I'm glad it's not giving me any difficulties getting into Asaprite. Okay, I think we're coming there. Right, we're finally in. Okay. Right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go File, New, and create, I think maybe 128 by 128. Okay, and now I'm just going to make a circle. Sorry, what? Why is he making a circle? What's this got to do with anything? Right, I just need to get the... everything seems to be running a bit slower today. I do apologise. I always pick the Google UI. It just has the biggest selection of colours. So let's have a look. I think we need to start with... In fact, let's go crazy. I'm actually going to... So I don't know if I remember discussing before how it's some things are much better to have as just black and white, and then you can change the colour yourself. So I've literally just picked black and white, and I'm going to do... And I've copied this one here and pasted it here so that I can drag all over here, right? So I've got all of this selected, and then if I press this arrow down and press gradient, it gets me all the colours in between, which would be really useful. So what we're doing now, we are going to make it a circle. I think Yeah. And I want the circle to take up this whole thing here. That's fine. And what was I going to do now? Oh yeah. So yeah, basically I want the circle it to be dark and then get white, get like closer to white as it gets closer to the centre. So there's different ways I can actually do this. Let's have a look. If I actually have inside. Sorry, let me just have a quick look. That looks okay. Yeah, so I want to kind of get each layer. There's probably a quicker way of doing this, but yeah, this all makes sense. Even though you're thinking, why are you drawing a circle? A circle means what's he doing? You know. How am I getting this wrong so much? There we go. Control X. There we go. So I'm looking for it to sort of like gradient inwards. So and what I'm doing, I'm actually just selecting the middle circle. Now, it would be nice. It feels like there should be an easier way of doing this, which there probably is, in all honesty. But I know this method. It won't take me too much longer. And we're looking to, yeah, hopefully, and then once we've done all this, I'll then explain where we're going from here. Oh yeah, we can. Right. Okay. Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. I think now at this stage, I can literally just flatten. Yeah. I only need to create the layers so I could get access to the outer bit, because I've got a certain bit of... so if you press Shift O, it either does an outline around the sprite or inside the sprite in like one layer. but you can't sort of select each bit, so you have to, yeah, it's a bit confusing. And you're still probably thinking, why does he need a circle? It's a life bar. How's this going to be good? But no, don't worry. It'll all make sense. There we go. Right. There we go. No, and then... Yeah, very close now, so Control X. Right, done. Okay. Right, now I've created this circle and I spent quite a long time doing it. Why? What does this circle do? So, I'm going to just save this. Where did I put them? Oh yeah, that was where I put my monsters. I'll just save it here as UI. And I'm even going to call it life bar. Okay. And we'll save it as a PNG as well, because that's what we'll need to be using. So, let me just find it again. Right. Yeah, that's what we want. Okay, right. Let me just put it in the game. So I'm just going to drag this over here so I can get hold of it. And what I quite like the idea of making like a bit of code for a generic life bar. So all the life bar needs to do is know what its maximum life is and its current life. And if ever it takes damage, there's going to be a bit of code for it to lose like part of the life bar. I like the idea that I can just kind of like have everything in a life bar and then just stick it to other things. And I think that's probably better to do it that way. So where are we? I'll put it in here. Okay. All right. So we've got a few things that we need to do to this. I just want to check. I think with the key number we've got 128. Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's all right. Yeah. So 128. Filter mode, point filter, and none, and apply. Okay. Right. So we're also going to do. Let me see. I'm trying to remember where to do this. Let's have a look. In fact, I'll have to create another life bar. So our purpose is we're just going to make a life bar, and the beauty is we can use this particular sprite, this life bar sprite, over and over. Sorry, my head is in the way. Yeah, sorry, it's that sprite there. We can use it over and over for different aspects of the life bar, and I'll show you what I mean. So in fact, I'm going to create an empty game object, and we'll call this life bar game object. And for simplicity reasons, I'm going to go turn it to 0, but then I'm going to, yeah, that's fine. Okay, so just so we haven't got anything else to look at, so we can actually have full focus on what's going on in the life bar. So I'm going to create a 2D object. sprite, and we're going to call this life bar back. Yeah, I think back sounds good. Okay. All right, and now we'll have yep, another one. Sprites. Life bar. Now this is, it's still, it's still going to sound a bit crazy, but I'm going to have mid SR, because what I like the idea that with when you have a life bar and you take damage, the damage doesn't immediately clump down, but it kind of a bit like Street Fighter in that you can see the amount of damage that's going to be taken, and then the life bar slowly goes down. So we're going to have the back, which is going to be literally just the back of the whole life bar. The mid, which is going to be, well, then there's going to be the front, which is going to be the exact life that you have at that point, and then there's going to be the mid that's going to move back and forth to, you know, just to make it look a bit better. So I might regret doing this, but we'll see. We'll see how we go with it. So yep, and they're all going to have this same life bar. Sprite. Okay, now another thing that I just realised we need to do as well is we're going to give them all front. So they're all going to be in front of things, and we want life bar front. Yeah. We also want the back. I'm going to kind of, I'm picking out numbers here. I don't know if this is going to be, it's about 10, 12, and 14. Okay. So, right, we've got a few things that we're looking to do now. And I believe we actually need to go back into here. There's a few little things that we need to work out. Sprite editor. I think it's sprite editor. So where am I going? Oh no, hold on. Discard. Just got to remember, because what we're looking to do, and I know that I've actually done it earlier in this project, is we're looking to make it so that when this changes sizes, the corners, like, it opens up in a very particular way. And it could be draw mode here. Draw mode, sliced. Oh yeah, hold on. So let me just keep this one aside. So yeah, it is to do with this, but I think we might need to make a change here. Gosh, I tell you what, my memory is really not with me today. Oh, in fact, we can actually have a look at another thing that we've done. Let's have a look. So it's, yeah, it's basically, there's information on here that's useful. We probably could have actually just used this as the life bar, but no, that's okay. Right. Where are we? Sorry, just closing this. You know, when you're sort of like clicking back and forth, trying to work out. Okay, so we can actually, all they've done there is just change this to top left. We can press apply. Yeah, but that still hasn't fixed this problem. Sprite tiling might not appear correctly. Sorry. Because I just want to just confirm something. If I create a 2D object and oh, no, it doesn't. Okay, right. Yeah, okay, sorry. What I'm experimenting is I'm trying to work out. I did some quite clever stuff. Actually, yeah, it's very easy to find out, I think. So all I need to do is just press play. So I think if you press Control-Shift-P, it pauses. And I'll explain why I'm going to do that. Okay. Because here we have done it. So something has been done to this particular sprite. Just got to work out what it is. So yeah, you can see that the corners remain the same size regardless of how big you make it. And my brain hasn't fully woken up, and I'm trying to work out how I've actually done that. I think I might have even been on the right wavelength before. I think I was on the right wavelength before. So what we need to do is we'll just check that it's like, yeah, no matter how big you make it, it's always going to do that. That's fine. Let's have a look. So let me see. Ah, yeah. Okay. So we're sort of aligning these up to the center like this. Okay. Right, I think we're there. So press apply now. So now. Yes. Okay. Oh, thank goodness. Oh my gosh, that I was worried that might have taken us quite a little while. Well, it did take us a while. Anyway, sorry that took so long. I'm pretty happy that we've actually finally got it though. So, I think we want, just for the time being, we want the back bar to be. We can actually literally just pick what colour we think would make sense. I quite like somewhere in the middle, a sort of grey back. And the front one is going to be, I think we make it green. looks good. And we'll make the mid-bar. I'll stick with it as white for the time being. Okay, right. Okay, we're going. We're making some progress, even though it doesn't necessarily look like it. Right. Okay. So I think what makes sense as well is we we create a dummy scene, and now that we've got this life bar, quote unquote life bar, we create a dummy scene where it won't be as long to test each time, because we're just going to be testing to make sure it can take damage, it can restore life, it can, it can do all the things. So first of all, prefabs, create a folder. We'll call this UI. And then I'll miss the folder. There we are. Right, so we can delete this. We can probably save this. We can go scenes. In fact, I think I've actually got a test scene already. This is where I was testing how to get the flash to work. But we don't. Yeah, this is all for testing. So, oh yeah, and there's the test master that's got the important stuff. So this is brilliant. This is exactly what we're after, and then we can get some coding done. Yeah, sorry, I've just been spending a long time creating a circle, and then trying to do something. But we're there. We're finally there. Okay, so resources. Let's go. Oh no, it's not that. It's prefabs. That's what we want. Obviously, this life bar might be a bit big, but we can easily change it. So, oh yes, sorry, I'm so excited now. Now that we've got all the boring bits out of the way, we can now work on actually getting the programming done. Sweet. Okay, so I guess I make a So we're going to create a folder that's going to be UI scripts. And this will be life bar. Yeah, I think life bar scripts sounds fine. Okay. And what I like the idea that however much the life bar gets bigger dependent on how much life you have. I might regret saying those words, but I do obviously like, I like having a big life bar, I know that in Dark Souls, when you have loads of vitality, you've got a life bar that takes up the entire screen, and you're like, yeah. I don't know how practical this is, but that's kind of what I'm going for. Right, cool. Don't know why this is taking so long. Is it trying to open up another one? No, I think we're okay. So, life bar script. Yes, it's all here. Let me go. Close all but this. So it's taking a little bit. Oh, there we are. Right. So, yes, fresh new script. What are we going to do? Okay. So I think we have a private sprite renderer back bar SR private sprite renderer yep mid bar SR and fantastic. Right, we're now cooking. So what we also want to do is I can't even work out exactly why, but I'm pretty sure we're going to want some we're going to need the transforms as well, so I'd rather have that private trans. Let's change these words. Right, we're going to do a void awake function so that we can get hold of... Oh yeah, hold on, that was something that I was going to address. I realised that my tapping is actually quite loud. Yeah, I apologise. That's going to be something which I'm going to try and look on, because I'm about to be doing quite a lot of tapping, and I apologise. Backbar. And I think actually what makes a lot of sense as well is if we just have transform trans group equals get components in children transform, just because we're going to need all of these. We may as well just do this function once, and then we've got sprite renderer SR group equals get components children. Oh yeah, actually another thing that I'm going to experiment with. Oh, actually, no, maybe not. So ideally, I can actually see these in the inspector when I use them. Okay, so that's good. Right, so now we just need to match all of these up. And that'll irritate me, so I need to put that. Okay, right, here we go. So, backbar trans equals trans group. Now, here's where it goes 1. It's number 1. Trans 2 and because one thing that's probably pretty useful to know as well is, so this is all final. We've got these functions here: get components in children transform, get components in children sprite renderer. So what that's actually doing, don't know why that's still open. Sorry, I did actually have two of these open. Right, so yeah, so this life bar is actually an empty game object. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's an empty game object. Oh yeah, we need to actually give it the yeah, which we will do that now. Ah, yes. Okay, yeah. So it's an empty game object, right, that's holding these 3 sprites. Now, if I do get components in children with the transforms, this actual object itself has got a transform component. So transform, this has got transform. All 4 of these have transforms. And it literally just works its way down the list as far as numbers. So we've got the transform group, which is going to get hold of 4 transforms. That's the main base of it, and the 3 transforms that are on the sprite renderer. But when we do this one, there's no sprite renderer. So I'm going to hold on, back bar SR equals SR group 0. So yeah, so this is why it's 1, 2, 3 there, and it's going to be 0, 1, 2 here. Right. Okay. So we've got access to all of these, but like kind of, yeah, I can't find a good, easy way. So, yeah, but like when we're doing this get components, we're basically saying, we want to create a group of transforms, right? Which are all the components in the children of this object, right? And so it's all four of these. So it's this one, this one, this one, and this one, right? Oh yeah, that's a good point actually. I probably better change these to sliced. Okay. Right. Okay, right, now the fun part. Okay, so, shall we, like, at the moment, this is just a very rough idea, I have no idea, but let's just say, one width of life is... No, actually, no, we'll put it together. So, I'm going to go public void set up life bar. Okay, so we want int int current life, and I'm actually going to have this as lowercase because we might want to actually just have a yeah, I think public int current life, public int max life. Okay. So let's have a look. So we're setting up the life bar, and so yeah, there's a certain bit of maths that I want to work out exactly. So maybe, like, yeah, so I think let's just say every 10 life is 1 bar width size. So oh yeah, we might not need these transforms at all. So yeah, this will just be a bit of trial and error, but luckily because we're on an empty scene, we can just keep trying. So I'm just going to have something as simple as back bar sr dot size equals new vector 2 and this will be a float of max life over 10. I think this will just simply be 1, and we want the front bar SR. I could have copied and pasted quite a bit of this, but yeah, let's do that now. That actually needs to be... So, okay. And now we're just going to, upon awake, we're just going to create, we're going to set up this set up life bar, and let's just, for the time being, let's just say you've got, say, 75 current life and 100 max. Let's just see what it looks like. I have no idea. Okay, we haven't actually affected these numbers, but let's give it a shot. Right. Okay. Oh, you know what? That's not bad. That's not bad at all. That's more or less what we were after. I think the whole size of this could be a lot smaller. but that's okay. So yeah, so that does look roughly like 70. Yeah, roughly 75% of that, which is completely what we're after. Okay, so what we should also do, and I quite like this idea, is create a let's have a look. No, it's not UI, it's 3D object text. Okay, and I'm just gonna have, for the time being, say 40 out of 60. Okay, and now we're going to give it our famous, wonderful Gilbit font. That's good. Okay, and I think the size might be a little big, but let's have a look. 0.5. That's good, and so where do we want this to be? I think we want it to be, right, I'll need to do a little bit of maths to try and work this out, but we want it to be in the middle of the bar, right? Yeah. We also want, there's another little thing that we want. Let's have a look. I'll have life bar text. I'll change this here. And one thing that's useful, if I go, yeah. Oh, okay, we can still edit that. That's fine. Anyway, sorry, I was going to say, because at the moment, when I press this, we're essentially into the life bar, and we're editing it. Whereas if I was to try and make that change here, it would only change this version of it. So when we created more life bars, any changes that I made here wouldn't affect any others. So I just wanted to be just a bit cautious of that. So, right, we've got to work out a good location for the life bar, and I think this isn't going to be too much. This isn't going to be too much of a brain teaser. So first of all, we need to no it's not doing the thing which I was hoping it was going to do. Never mind. Right. It's okay. This is just be a little bit more effort, but not much. It's completely fine. So let's keep it as in the serialized field. We're going to have private text mesh bar. That'll have life bar tm. And we also want to get, so we're getting hold of the text mesh so we can change the text. Oh yeah, actually, we need quite a lot of things here. So serialized field, transform, we need, I'm going to put the word text, so life bar text trans and serialized field. Mesh renderer life bar text mesh renderer. Okay, so we now need to get access to all of these things. So incidentally, where we've actually created this transform group, we can go life bar text trans equals trans group 4, and given that we've only actually got one lot of these text message and text and mesh renderers, we can just simply go life bar text mesh equals get component in children Right. Now, why do we need to get hold of the mesh renderer? Because at the moment we can't. Yeah, and it still kind of does confuse me slightly, but we can't move like the actual layer of the mesh renderer unless we access it in code. So I've just got to do a bit of text here. So now we've got hold of the mesh renderer, we can have we can just do dot sorting order equals yeah, I think this one we decided would be 16, so that way it's in front of everything else, and we're going to have dot lay. Yeah, that's it. Sorting layer name equals, and I think we've just called it front. So that's something that we'll have to. We might have to tweak these a little bit. Okay, so now. So now I want. I want to get the. So we're going to just do more to setting up the life bar. So current life equals current life, max life equals max life. So we're just setting these values, and now we're going to. Right. I'm going to. Now, yeah, so we've got this over here, so this should be fine. So we want to actually first of all set up the text. So let's have life bar text mesh dot text equals it will be current life dot to string plus I guess we probably want a forward slash plus max life dot to string, and I forgot to do this. Okay, so this should hopefully give how much life you've got, and as far as position, I don't actually know. This is going to be a bit of an experiment, but I want life bar text trans dot position, no, dot local position, sorry. So we need to just affect it within the life bar itself. Local position equals new vector 3. I actually think it's Control C. We'll I don't know if that's going to work, but we'll have a little look, because I have a feeling this might be, say, minus 0.5. You know what, we'll give it minus 0.5 a shot and then see what makes sense. Okay, right, so without further ado, let's give this a shot. Also, let's go and move this a little bit further over here, so we've got a bit more space to. Okay, seem to have. Oh, that needed to be over 2, didn't it? Yeah, that's fine. Oh, that's actually a lot better than I thought. Okay, so like the point which I'm making is this text mesh here. I think if this was literally 5, which is over 2, and how high do we want this? 0.25. Yeah, I think we're sorted. Okay. Okay, so that's 0.25, and that is over 20, I guess. What I also want to do as well while we're here is have the back one. I think this could be a much... let's just have it as black. I think that'll just look a little bit better. So let's give it a shot. Yeah. Okay. However, if it's completely black, it will... let me just experiment with something. No, it's still clear. Yeah, stick with that. That's fine. Okay. Right. So, let me just have another look. I think this looks quite nice. Right. Okay. How are we going to take damage? How is that going to work? Okay. So, public void take So part of me is thinking yeah, what I'm thinking out loud is when we take damage, like we've already pretty much nailed all the code for dealing with actually taking damage. I think what we do, we just need to update I'm just going to say update life bar. Int new current life int oh yeah, I think that's fine. Right, so what are all the things that we want to happen? Right, yeah, so let's go right at so up. Yeah, so new current life. So the reason that I don't want to actually be like take a certain amount of damage is we've done all of that. We just need to update these, update the bar, and like just tell the bar this is what the new life is. Make changes to affect that. So, so private enumerator, update life bar routine. Okay. And we will have a public bool busy. Okay, and busy equals true, busy equals false. Okay, right, now we can start doing some of the awesome things. Okay, so we're going to do lots of stuff in comments and then fill it out as we go. So if the new life is less than the original life, so we want the front bar to lower to the new current life size. We want the mid bar to become the bar size. Okay, yeah, that's good. I'm liking this. So yeah, so what we're actually doing is the back bar remains the same. That's always going to be that sort of black or maybe a dark grey. The front bar will instantly click to whatever size, you know, so if the new current life is smaller, it will click to being smaller. However, the mid bar is going to be, I think, you know, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe red, right? And it's going to start off as the size of what the front bar was before it took the damage, and then lower down. So let's see if this works. Okay, so then we want the oh yeah, we also update the update the text mesh. Okay, and then we want, it's going to be a slightly different story if we're actually gaining life. Not that I've got any tools in which you can gain life, but I want to have that as a thing that I can deal with. So yeah, okay, so make the mid bar change to the new current life size over time. Haven't worked out how long that's going to take, but maybe it's just always half a second. That seems fine. Okay, so let's start right from the beginning. So if new current life is less than current life, then just, yeah, work through them one at a time. I like it. Midbar SR dot size equals new vector 3, and let's actually, I'm going to because I've realized we're going to be using stuff like this, we're going to create a function here which is going to be, so it could even be private, which is going to return a vector 2, get a vector 2, 2, 2, 2. I think it just defaulted to vector 3. Get size according what's going on? Get size according to sprite. No, according to int. I think that should be okay. Yeah. Okay. So now we can just, not that we have to, but I quite like, we can just go, get size according to int. Yeah. We've got the lowercase current life there. That doesn't matter. We're just going to go. Now I want to just check this all works, and this will just be very nice and useful for later. Let me. Okay. Might have to just do a little bit of tweaking. Okay. Yeah, we're not actually testing any of this yet. I just want to test that this new function has worked, to just clean a few things up. It'll make life a lot easier for when we're making the rest of the function. Okay, and let's give it a test. Yeah, still works. That's fine. I just wanted to check it still did, because sometimes when you do a few ugly things and you're like, oh, I just deleted it and didn't actually like comment it out. I was just so confident that it was going to work. That was my that was my plan. Right. So, midbar size. Okay. Right. So we want the midbar to become the front bar size. So that's the current one. That's fine. Okay. We want. Now we want the front bar to be front bar sr dot size equals get size according to int of the new current life. Okay. We want to update the text mesh, so current life equals new current life, and what we're going to have here as well, we're just going to have another little function here. It can be private, I think, private update text, update life bar text. Oh. And here, it's basically just going to be this function. But we don't need to write all this complicated stuff each time. We can just go Control X. Oh yeah. Okay. Right. So where are we up to? We have. So now we just simply need to do update life bar text. Okay, so that's changed the text. Now we've just got this bit here, which is probably the trickiest part, where we're making the midbar slowly move over. Now, what's the best way to do this? You know what? Let's just see. Yeah, I have a feeling I tried, like many many moons ago, I might have actually in this in my mover script, I did have. I attempted to try and have a routine where you could actually change the not the actual size of something. Well, no, the I'll show you what I mean. Let me just comment this out. So what gets a bit confusing when it comes to sprite renderers is we have here the local scale. So this can be all sorts of different sizes here, and we have the actual size of the sprite as well, which is the thing. Yeah, so this can be like different sizes as well, and I was trying to come up with a routine where you could gradually change the size of a sprite renderer as opposed to actually just changing the scale. However, I think we just create the routine ourselves. So and I think once we've done this, I might even be able to like somehow fit this into my mover script. So what do we need to do first? We need to okay, yeah. So float starting x. Yeah, starting x equals mid. Yeah, this this will make sense. Don't worry. Float finishing x equals front bar okay. So now and you know what, let's go let's make it over 1 second, but we can easily change that. So float time equals 0 while time is less than 1. F time plus equals time time. The reason that I'm having 1 second, but we can easily change it, is I can simply, to make it faster, I can just go ×5 or ×2. But we'll keep it at that so we can examine and see if it works okay. So, oh no, actually finishing, that should be called target x. Now. Current oh yeah, I'm just going to have float current x equals starting x. Okay, so yes, cool. This music always comes in. Right, so comes at the right time. Yes, let's rock. So current x equals open brackets 1 minus time times by starting x plus, keep them all in brackets. I want to kind of keep, I'll explain what's happening in both of these separate segments in just shortly. Oh yeah, we probably need. Let's go put this bad boy up. And that's 2. So this should ideally, over 1 second, slowly shrink down when we do it. And what we could do, so that it doesn't get in the way too much, this mid bar is only going to be active when the life bar, when something's happening with the life bar. And I quite like the idea that we just keep the mid bar size 0 when it's not needed. So so if we have mid bar sr dot size equals vector 2 dot 0, yeah, that's fine. Okay. So that's all good here. We also kind of want to have midbar dot color equals oh yeah, of course, color dot red, the American American way of spelling it. Right, that's good. Okay, so this is only dealing with when we're looking to update life bar. Yeah. Okay. So. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're going to use another update. Oh, of course, we're in free space. We can use whatever letter we like because we're in a different scene. Okay. Private void update life bar. If input dot get key down key code dot q. It doesn't matter what we use because we're not treading over any other scripts. I mean, it will be problematic later, but let's not worry about that. Yeah, we're going to get rid of this. It's fine. Fine, I'll change it to y. Oh yeah. Let's just get rid of that, just in case. Okay. Update life bar to, let's just say 50. Okay. So let's see what this looks like. Ooh, right. There we go. Sorry, I'm still waking up. So this is what the life bar now. If we press Y, we're going to lose life. Let's see what happens. Yeah, that's okay. That's all right. Obviously, it's far too slow, but we can. Yeah. So what I kind of want to do is have public int test int just over here. We don't really need to keep this, but test int equals 100. So that is going to be on full life to begin with. we also want this to be maybe times 4, so it's like 4 times faster. Update life bar. So test int minus equals 9. Or actually, yeah, we could actually even have a random dot range somewhere between, say, 5 and 15. Update life bar testing. Okay, so we can use it multiple times, and let's just see what this looks like. Okay. So full life bar, taking some damage, bam, bam. That looks pretty good. Yeah. Oh, of course, it's still... yeah. Okay. What we also want to do as well is make sure that whatever happens, the number can't ever become minus. So right at the top here, if new current life is equal to is less than 0, new current life equals 0. Sweet. Okay, so yeah, so that way it just won't go below 0. So I like that. Okay, fantastic. I kind of want to just grasp the concept of gaining life. So what we need to do, so like, yeah, I'm just going to copy this, not all of it. I'll copy some bits. Control C, else, Control V. Okay, so what we actually want to do, we want to change the role of the midbar. Yeah, we just want to change a few little things. So the midbar, let me just try and work this out. The midbar's going to be white. The midbar will actually start off as the new current life. Oh, else actually, if we want to have, if it's actually more. So if it's the same, there's no need to do anything. So there is a, yeah. If for whatever reason somehow you do 0 damage and the life bar doesn't change, we have dealt with that. So the midbar size is equal to the new current life and is white. The front bar size is equal to the current life. The current life, that still does equal that, and we still update that. That's fine. Bless me. The starting size, let me just try and work out. So we actually want to change these over. So if I go like that, okay, so that's fine. Okay. Right. Is that all the things that we need to do? So all we actually really need to do now is have another if input dot get key down key code. We're going to move one further along, so dot u, and we're going to do exactly the same thing except for adding. And another thing, just now I think about it. So we're just making sure that we can't have the life bar go above its maximum or below its maximum. Okay. Right, let's give this a shot. Okay. Yeah, this is. I'm sure I'll have missed certain things here, but let's give this a try anyway. So we're losing life. This is like normal. Okay. Now we want to gain life. Right. Yeah, that's all right, isn't it? Yeah, and we can't go above there. That's fine. Oh. Oh, of course, yeah. Because the test int is still actually changing. Yeah. Now this isn't ideal, but I think this is a good start to making a sort of life bar. One thing that I want to just experiment with. So obviously we're not going to take up quite this much space in the screen. Let's just see if we half it. And then continue. Do all the numbers still work? Yeah, it still works because we're working with the size. Yeah, this is something that's quite refreshing. Yeah. Yeah, and there's different ways I can do this to make it better, but I'm quite happy. This is actually pretty good progress. Now we've got to work out a way of fitting this. Oh, bless you. Into the actual game. So we want to give both our town heart and the enemy this life bar. Yeah. And I just want to have a look to see, because if we did. Do you want to see how if this life bar looks okay? Yeah, that looks fine, doesn't it? Yeah, and that still works. So yeah, I'm just yeah. Right, that's good. Obviously, I want to put some nice looking particle effects in at some point to just make it look a bit juicier. But this is the basic core we have. Yeah, we've done the thing that we're looking to do. Right, so we'll save this test scene. Now, right, okay. I think my plan is we go back into the main main game, and we just try and deal with getting a life bar on our town heart first, because that one's going to be easier. The reason I'm sort of slightly hesitant about putting it on the monster is purely because we've got the map monster and we've got the main monster as it appears, and transferring the data I don't think will be too tough, but it just might be a little bit tricky. And now I actually think about this, we go into the master script. Because part of me is thinking that we're going to need life bars. We're going to need to see the life bar even when we're not in the actual game. Like when after we've completed a battle and we're getting loot, we want to see our life bar. And given that this code that I've made is very versatile, it doesn't have to necessarily always be in combat that it's used. I think the master script can create it, I think. I'm trying to work out if that makes sense. You know what? Yes. Yes, it does. It makes good sense. Okay, let's go. So, private game object, life bar, and we'll have life bar game object equals resources dot load game object. Okay, nice. Okay. So that's there, isn't it? So we're just going to copy path. Okay, so now it's got this, we're going to have a so we're going to have create life bar, and now, you know, like I'm thinking of this as purely in a practical sort of standpoint. What do we actually want to do with the life bar? We want to actually return a life bar script. Okay. We also want the transform that we're going to attach this life bar to. Transform. Trans to attach life bar to. We want the vector 3 local local vec of life bar bomb. We want the int current life and int max life. Okay. Okay, right. So yeah, I think this is actually all we need. So the reason that this is looking the reason I'm sort of doing this slowly is because I want to just check that, because a good way of making any function is you just think, what do I want to do and what are all the things I need to do it. So I'm looking at this create life bar. We need to work out what we're attaching the life bar to. we need to work out the local vec, because at the moment it will just create it exactly on the spot. Whereas, like, dependent on what the thing that we're attaching the life bar to, like, it might need to go up a little bit. It's like, for example, for the town heart, I would just imagine it needs to go a little bit up on the Y scale, just to be above the actual building. So I think we just get cracking. Let's put it together. And yeah, okay. At the moment, I haven't dealt with if you are. Yeah, I'm just trying to. We haven't dealt with how we're going to take multiple bits of damage at once. So when one animation is half going through and another order is given, how to deal with that. I'm going to worry about that later. I don't think it will be too tricky to do, but I feel like I'll focus on this bit first. So we've got create life bar. So life bar script equals instantiate. Oh no, life bar script. No, sorry. Yes, life bar script. Okay, that's what I wanted to do. Equals instantiate life bar go at trans to attach life bar to dot dot get component life bar script. Okay, right. Is this code is all good? Okay, that's fine. And at the end, we're eventually looking to return the life bar script. That's absolutely fine. Okay, so we've created the life bar script and we've got access to it. Yeah. So life bar script dot get component equals so yeah, the reason I'm a little bit hesitant about this is because we're using the get component transfer. Like, we just created something and we're getting its transform, which seems fine, but like ideally even though it's not anything more efficient, ideally we would have access to the transform and we'd have access to the transform from the life bar script and then get access that way. But I can't see any reason we would need to. So No, changing my mind. Yeah, changing my mind. So that's field. Sorry, changing my mind halfway through. Base trans. Okay. Base trans equals trans group 0. Okay. Yeah, and now we just have a public transform. I was trying to be lazy and I was thinking, no, it probably makes sense. Get base trans return base trans. Yeah, I think it's like, I know it's a little A little lazy, but I think this is fine. This is fine. So we're just making sure we've got access to the base trans. So get base trans dot local position equals that one there. Okay, and life bar script dot setup life bar. We're going to have current life, max life. Okay. And we're then returning the life bar script. So whenever like the town heart is taking damage, it can have access to it. Okay. Right. So now we've done that, we want buildings, town heart, edit script. Okay, so we're going to have a private life bar script, which we're going to have. There's an underscore there. And as part of the setup, we're going to have lifebar script equals master script dot instance dot create lifebar. And where do we actually hold our max life stuff? I think is it global script? Nope, it's not. I can't remember what I've called it, but we'll find out. I think it's game info script, yeah. Let's go edit this just in case. Game info script dot instance, yeah. Game info script dot instance dot yeah. And so that's the town heart life current, and then game info script dot instance dot town heart life max. Absolutely fantastic. Right, now life total. Why is that? Oh yes, that's because. Okay, right, now this is we need to put the, this is going to be a complete guess, right? This is going to be one of those times where it's like, where do you reckon it is? I'm going to say it needs to be 1.5y up, so it needs to be up a little bit, 1.5, right? We have no idea if it's actually going to hit the target, but let's find out. It's not going to hit, but we'll find out. We can then, it'd be very easy to move. So new vector 3 0 1.5 y, yeah, that's fine. Okay, right, so when we're creating this, when we're setting this up, we're hopefully creating the life bar. Now there's no summoning ritual at the moment. The life bar just clicks on, which I'll deal with at some point. I think what will happen is I'll see it enough times where it just clicks on that I'll finally just be like, I'll eventually just cave in and be like, fine, I'm actually going to do a summoning routine to make it look better. But for the time being, I'm not going to worry too much. Right, we're still getting a green thing there. Let me see what's going down here. Oh, I missed loads of important stuff. Okay, sorry, yeah, that's fine. we didn't actually do our own trans, so I think it's just called building trans, isn't it? Okay, right, hopefully there will get no more error messages. So I was just filling out the 4 arguments, and I got too excited to put in the current life and current health that I forgot that we actually need all the other stuff to get it to work. Okay. So, take damage. So, what we actually want to do here is at what point are we actually using this? Find all references. Okay, so when we're actually setting the life total, yeah, so at the moment it's still updating the building text, but we'll probably get rid of that text eventually. But we'll have life bar script dot update life bar to be life total. Okay. And we probably want to put it here as well. Okay. Yeah, like I say, this actual text that's on it we can probably get rid of eventually, but I'm not going to worry about that quite yet. So now let me just try. Is it actually worth us giving it a shot now? One thing that I do kind of want to do is let's go into here. Let's actually make it half the size. Okay. Right, let's give it a shot. So first of all, we want to see if the life bar is and where it comes. And then if it comes in a really... it turns out I've got it completely wrong. I got it kind of wrong. I did get it kind of wrong. So where would make the most sense to have it? Because bear in mind, this actual 50 here, we don't need really anymore. I'll get hold of this whole life bar here. If that was, say, -5, -3, -2. So, yeah, I'm just having a look, trying to work out where would be a good place. Because bear in mind, we can have it. We don't need this 50 behind it. We're going to get rid of soon. We also want to make sure that when the life bar gets like really big, it's not protruding into anything else. Yeah, I'm just sort of... I haven't really come up with a good plan as to where I'm going to put it. Okay. Because I think we want it, we kind of want it to be on the top and it just get bigger dependent on... So yeah, for the time being, we'll have -1.25. And what do we want the Y? What did we decide? Was it 2? Can't remember. It's been too long since I've checked. No, I just completely forgot. Right, so that's good. Now, in theory, we should just be able to take damage. Let's give it a shot. So we need to just cycle through and start. Oh, we haven't pressed play yet. We haven't. Yeah, so we're going to see if when the enemy hits, if the life bar goes down. So we need to just cycle through. Okay, right, let's give it a shot. Come on. Ah, it worked. It worked. We're sorted. Absolutely brilliant. So it takes a hit. This. Bam. Yeah. Nice. Okay. Absolutely awesome. Right. And now we can obviously get rid of this this text eventually. Right, but yes, okay, we're actually... that's working really nicely. Okay, so how are we going to do it? How are we going to translate the information on the... Yeah, so, okay, we've done the easy bit. that's what I'm getting at. We've done the easy bit, now we've just got to work out, so... let me have a look. We need to have... I'm trying to work out where we can actually fit a life bar. So I quite like having maybe the life bar just taking up this much space here. So we could actually probably keep the life bar at a similar place to where this is. And I think we can transfer all the important information over... Yeah. Okay. Right. So first of all, let's just worry about getting the life bar on this mini version. Maybe it just goes to the right of it. Yeah, okay, let's give that a shot. So, mini enemy script. Okay, so we're going to have a private life bar script. Yeah, so I've just been so tired. Yeah. Okay. So we haven't really had much need so far to have any max life on the enemy, but the reason that is useful for the player is to know how much damage they've done already, right? So, and I think there's going to be some moves later where the monsters do actually gain life. But that's almost like, I think the reason that you want to see the life bar with any game is you're like, okay, have I actually made a dent on its life? Yeah, so we've got this life bar script. When we're setting this up, we're going to have our life bar script equals master script.instance.create life bar, and yeah, so I'm thinking a little bit. So we're creating the life bar, and it will be whatever this main transform is, mini monster trans. The vector, I have a feeling it's going to be new vector 3 1 0.5f, and that's it. Okay, and that will be Let's see what's actually going down on this one. Yeah. So that would just simply be life and life. Okay. So take damage. So what's actually happening? So lower life. Let's go to this one. Oh, okay. So now we just also will update the life bar script dot. Forgotten what I've called the function. Update life bar. Okay. So we're gonna. This is purely going to test. We're just purely testing the mini monster version now, and we need some rangers to be able to damage them at range, so that we can still test this. Oh. Oh yeah. Yeah, I just thought one thing that we hadn't actually done yet, and I probably better change, is we still got this. Get rid of that. Get rid of this. This might be actually. Yeah, let me get rid of that. Hopefully, yeah. Right, let's give this a shot. Because hopefully, after having gotten rid of that, the life bar will still appear. Yeah, that's still there. That's good. That's not bad. And then I think as we end turn, it does move closer. That's fine. Okay. Keen archer. Oh, thank goodness we have got a keen archer. Okay. So, let's see if this works. Yeah. Nice. Absolutely awesome. Okay. Now, we'll see a problem shortly. I don't see any problem at all. That's still there. I think we don't need to create another one. We might be able to just click this onto here. What would make sense? I mean... Yeah, because I'm just trying to work out where, like, because that's, now that it's actually arrived, do we actually have a moving animation where this just kind of skips over onto here? Or do we leave it there? I mean, nah, that feels a bit rubbish. Because, yeah, we need to detach this and then move this over there. Yeah. So... Okay. Right. Don't worry. I know where we're going with this. So, here's my plan. We are going to... let me just show you. Sorry, I had to reset it. So we've got this life bar. He's going over. Going over again. Right, now, when he moves over this time, this is going to fade with everything else, right? And when we're translating, it's going to fade, and I'm going to have a separate function on the actual life bar to fade, right? So that all the colours just fade into it being see-through or being transparent. And then when this new one arrives, we are going to create a new life bar, but we're going to get all the data from this one and just give it to there. The only reason is because this is moving over at the same time he's coming. So yeah, so it's going to be kind of like end turn. This is going to move over. That's going to be fading, and this one will be have been created by the time it arrives there. Okay, so I think now that we're this far, what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of all this, close all this. I think we don't really need this anymore. I think we've tested this. We're going to press Control MO to close everything up. We're going to have a public void summon private enumerator summon routine start coroutine summon routine. And at the moment I'm just going to have another public bool called summoning. I think this would just make life bool summoning. I know technically I probably could just use the busy one, but I'd rather keep a separate one just to be on the safe side. So summoning equals true, summoning equals false. Okay, and what are all the things that we want to change? So for int I equals 0, I less than oh yeah. No, ignore any of that. Okay, so backbar sr dot color equals color dot clear. Okay, yeah, because we need to change them all to different colors. And actually, this can remain clear. The midbar can remain clear. So equals. So we're just going to fade the back bar dot fade mover dot instance dot fade SR to color, and we actually want it to go from clear to black. So go back bar SR to go to color dot black over 0.5 seconds. It's fine. We're going to do exactly the same again. Well, not exactly the same because it's going to be the front bar SR, and it's going to go to, we decided green, didn't we? And now we just need to do the same for the text. So life bar text mesh dot color equals color dot clear, and then this is dot fade text mesh to color, life bar text mesh, and color dot white. Okay, over 0.5 seconds. Okay, right. So what have we done here? This is the summoning routine. This is just making sure that it doesn't just click on, but it fades on. And why have we done all this in response to something else that we were doing? So I wanted to do this so that we can also have the fade out option. And what we to make the unsummon routine, we simply need to just do this, but it'll be an easier version of this. And I feel I may as well, while I'm doing this, I may as well make the summon routine as well. So where are we going to first? Where was I going? Oh yeah, so while mover.instance.s to foo chum, you'll return null. Okay, so this is fine, and when we're actually setting up the life bar, we can within here just go summon, I think. So we can actually have a look at that, see how this sort of pans out. So we want to just see if the life bar does actually summon instead of just sort of clicking on. Okay, so we're looking, yeah, that's fine. Oh, admittedly, the actual green is a little bit brighter green, but that's fine. That's no problem at all. That's okay. I just want to actually just take damage again, or get someone to take damage, just check everything still works. Yeah, that's still fine. Okay. Right, fantastic. So we've made a decent looking life bar. Now, the reason I've done all of this is because it's probably easier to explain it through code. So we're in here. We're going to have unsummon. We're basically going to copy all this. And I'm just going to simply set unsummon, unsummon, and unsummon. Okay. We'll still use the same boolean. We don't need any of this. We don't need that. And we kind of do want as well. So this can all be clear, clear, and clear. And what I kind of want to do as well, just in case for whatever reason the midbar isn't clear, we're just going to make that clear as well. The reason being is when we're actually summoning, the midbar, it kind of does need to be clear. Oh, hey man, how you doing? Oh, wicked. We're just on life bars today. I realised that it kind of makes a bit of sense. Yeah, it's good to see you, man. Right. Life bar, And I want to have a boolean here, which is going to be also destroy, which we're going to pass that through and have this boolean here also destroy, just purely so we can, like, I want to fade away the mini boss life bar but not actually destroy it. Let's have a look. Right, so that's good. And then summoning equals false if also destroy, then we're just going to destroy the game object. Okay, let's have a look. I do apologise. Like KO2 fan, my schedule's been a little bit out of sync lately. I like to try and keep something sort of steady, but I've just had lots of sort of real life things that I've had to deal with, and it's just, yeah, it's been a little bit Yeah, it's just been a bit awkward. Right. So that's good. So why have I done all of this? This is so, with the mini, got to work out the transition. I've got to work out all the things that happen when we're moving from the mini map to the big one. Oh yeah, car. Cheers, man. All right. So. So I think it must be end turn. So we're going to start here. Oh, fair enough. Actually, that's actually a really good idea. I think it's yeah, all fair play to you, man. Because it's something that you just kind of become quite reliant and like I think because what I'm going to do. My mate has got literally an old school PS2, and we're going to be playing I think Micro Machines at some point, which is just so cool because it's like oh yes, this is just where you're both on the same same like place watching like a couch, like PvP and stuff where there's no like no internet required, which is yeah, it's going to be quite nice. All right. There we go. Right, so we're having a look. What are all the... So, number of turns left. So I believe everything should be in here. So jump forward 1 turn, go to definition. Right, there's going to be probably a bunch of stuff that's happening here. Yes, there is. So... So this is where we're instantiating this, that's fine. This is where... Oh, this is no way near as complicated as I thought it was going to be. Okay. So what we need to do here... It's not actually quite here. Oh, .fade stats. Okay, so when we're fading stats, we can just unsummon there. So let's go to definition. So that's fading... I don't know why I've got fade stats, because it's fading everything, but we're also going to go underscore lifebar dot unsummon, and here it's going to be false, because we still do want to keep it there. We still want to keep it available. Right, so that's going to unsummon. But like, yeah, just in case, because I do want to have the ability to sort of move the monster back from the prime position back into the sort of map screen, and this kind of allows that to happen. Okay, now what we also, I tell you what, one thing that will make sense as well, where we've got let me just have a quick check, because I want to work out how the mini enemy script, where the life is being held. So life MR. So it'll probably be in here. Let's go to definition. Oh, right, yeah, we've got it. Okay, it's just this one here. Oh, of course, we did this, which I quite like. Right, so... so far, we have... we've unsummoned it. And... yeah, I also want to have... let's go with using this same style here. That's fine. We're going to have max life. Max life, get max life, and max life. Okay, that's good. So now that we've got access to the max life, we also want to make sure that when we're actually setting up the life bar, when we're setting up life, that's it, we can actually have, I think, life equals life and max life equals life. And just, even though this is just going to make it a little bit life and max life, just, it will make it a little bit clearer if ever I kind of go back to it. Why is that giving me some... That's odd. Oh yeah, we haven't done a semicolon. Yeah, I was going to say I wanted the red squiggly line there. This was fine. This is always fine. Right. Okay, so we set this one up. That's good. Now, yeah, this is... So where we've got here, the map script there. Okay. So we also want to have... Okay, I think I know how I'm going to do this. This will be over here. Oh yeah, so it bounces. Okay, yeah, no, this is fine. This is all good. So what we can do here, we can just, when we're summoning this, we're going to have an argument which is going to be int current life and then int max life. So we can actually use this as an argument, put this through here. So current life and max life. And then get all of these arguments. Yeah, I knew this was going to be the tricky bit of actually sort of transitioning the life bar from the mini one to the big one. So we can actually just do this here. So we haven't even done anything on the monster one yet, so I think we can probably... There's not any immediately obvious place to put it, so I'll just put it at the bottom. We're going to have a private life bar script. Okay, and then underscore life bar script. Okay, so we're going to have a bit of fun soon when we're putting a vector in, because I have no idea where it could possibly be. I'm going to have a rough guess and see how close we get to where we, if we put it where we want to put it. Right. Okay, life bar script. Life bar script equals master.instance dot create life bar, and right, we want to do monster trans. Okay, new vector 3. Right, okay, I'm gonna go 2.5 2.5. Right, 2.5 2.5. I think this is going to be the golden value. This is going to be exactly where I want the life bar to be, and it's going to be amazing. So that's the local position that we're putting it on. So here we're going to have current life and max life. Okay. So that goes over there. And I think, yeah. Where are we using this? Okay, when are we doing this? Oh, we're setting it up here. Okay. Oh, so we might not even need to put the arguments in, because if we're setting up here, we can actually do... yeah, okay, this is fine. Sorry. So, yeah, it's a bit confusing what I'm doing here. So, with the monster script, where we're setting it up, we can actually have... We can change some of these variables slightly. So, we're going to have int life and int max life. And let's see what's actually happening in here. I think I just want to have, I want to actually set all the, so life equals life and max life equals life. Because it's quite satisfying, because I think what we'll be able to do at some point is just realise there's a big chunk of code that we don't need. Because one thing that's important, yeah, I think I'd rather have sort of more life, because yeah, we like at the moment I've still got going to have the text for the life in the background, but that's more like I would rather have that overlap and then eventually get rid of the text in the back. But this is kind of compensating for both until we're ready to just get rid of the actual. Just the number, because I don't like having people's having someone's life as just a number. I'd rather it be a life bar where you can kind of get a bit more idea as to how close you are to killing him and stuff. So now that we've actually done that, if we've actually set that up, when we're doing the summon, we don't actually need any of this. So that's just can be okay. Right. Let me just have a quick sort of scan through. So this needs to be comma mini enemy script dot get max life. So what's actually, let's go through the motions before we actually play it. So we go the monster script. We've just created the monster script. We're now setting everything up, including its max and current life, or its current and max life, right? And then we're summoning. Let's go to the definition, right? We're now getting a life bar script, which we're creating it. It's the life bar is going to be a child of the monster trans. The local vector of the life bar is going to be my complete random guess, 2.5, 2.5, which is probably wrong, but we can work that out. And we're setting it up with our life and our max life. And during the setup, we have just done this here. This whole bit of code will eventually become obsolete and not needed. I suppose we need to work out the attack, but dealing with the attack is a whole extra issue. So, let's go. And I intentionally do want to have done damage to the monster, so just to check everything sort of translates through. Okay. So, we've got a keen archer. Yeah, this is far too bright, this green, I think, but... right, so he's going to do 1 damage over. Bang. Okay. I could have done... yeah. Right, another keen archer. Right, okay, let's just see. It turns out 2.5 was far too far away. Let's just have a look. Where did we want it to be? I want to get hold of this whole thing here. Right. How does that look? Because it could be something like what probably makes more sense is if this is like way straight on top. Yeah, if that just goes straight on top there. And yeah, because as I say, this attack thing here, this is going to be a dynamic thing that changes. Yeah, so that's good. Okay. So where is this then? Where's this in the local position? If I do minus 1.5, I think that looks good. And 1.5. Okay. I think that's good, because we're going to deal with the attack eventually. I will... Yeah. Sweet. Okay. Yeah, minus 1.5, 1.5. I think that's good. Right. Oh, yeah. Wait a sec. Haha. Right, we can see a slight issue here. Just spotted it now. It hasn't translated the max life over properly, which is probably something very obvious that I've done. But that's good. I'm glad I spotted that. So with the mini... Oh, that is weird. Okay, I must have just missed something here. Oh, equals max life. Yeah. Okay. Right, I think that has fixed that problem. So the key thing that we're going to do is we're in the monster script. So where we're setting up here, it was minus 1.5 and 1.5. That's good. Okay. Right. So let's have a little test, see how this all pans out. I'm going to see if I can play this competitively. Right. Oh, I've also, hopefully, I haven't actually tested it. We should have 3 extra mana coins here as well. Brilliant. Right, nice. Okay. Cheap conscript. Let's go. I think this is fine. So we're discarding the rest of our hand to turn a bunch of these guys into armoured units. Lots of units. Yeah, I want to make it somehow that, like, they obviously, because when you get more defenders, it will suddenly start overlapping these guys. And I can't think of a good way around that yet, but I'm sure I'll come up with one. Now let's just do a toughen. Turn a bunch of these guys into armoured guys. Right. Now I want to just check that this damage still takes damage. Okay. Or different strategy would be a lot of fun right now. I won't do that. In fact, let's go for it. Right. Oh, I haven't actually affected the life yet. I haven't actually told this one to lose life. So it is taking damage. Like, so it should be dead soon. I just forgot to actually get it to change to take damage. Oh yeah, it's dead anyway. Right. Yeah. Okay. Victory. Right. Cool. Okay. No, that's fine. I'm happy with that. So, yeah, we just need to make sure that when the monster is taking damage or its life is being affected, we're also affecting the bar. Take damage routine, lower life. Go to implementation. That's actually life minus equals that, and then we're going to underscore life bar dot update life bar with life. Okay, right, brilliant. I think that is pretty good. So I've done all of this because a card which I want to have a bit later is is the Ultimate Greed card, where if you play 3 or more cards in a turn, you're always going to vanquish this card, but yeah, if you have played 3 or more cards in a turn, you gain 5 max hit points. And gain 2 gold. We haven't even discussed gold. Gold is a whole new sort of concept that I do plan on using. You know, it's like, I have... When creating any games, you've got to work out the limits of exactly what you want to do and don't push too much further. But I had decided quite early on I do want there to be some sort of currency in this, so that you can, whilst you're halfway through, basically like Slay the Spire. Slay the Spire has currency, and that's kind of what we're going for. So because you will have shops later that you can spend the gold to improve your deck. So yeah. You know what though? I tell you what, I'm thinking. Just purely because I'm not feeling 100% today, I'm probably actually going to call it here. But I want to quickly check that the life bar will get affected with the monster, because yeah, I do want to have a proper hardcore session at some point. So let's just. And so eventually we're going to get rid of these bits. I probably should make it dark green. Right, so let's see if everything works. Let's go. Oh yeah, and also a card that I made. I can't remember if it was last episode or episode before. Oh no! You literally never ever have to apologise about that. I'm genuinely sorry that I haven't been streaming as much as I could be. Yeah. Cheers, man. I don't know if you've seen this card. It's called Kick Off, where you sacrifice up to 4 random beans and gain that much mana. Now, haven't had much use of it for it, but and at the moment it's in the early stages. But basically, you just kill off some random ones and then gain some mana, which is So we don't need this, but it's gonna be kind of a useful card. I want to actually get sort of, and that's the thing, because I've done a bit of research as well. I kind of want to have the footballs come over and kick it off, but in specifically either straight lines or diagonals. In in one of the 8 directions that you can actually kick the ball in kick off in the original one, because I like that sort of concept. Because that's the thing, when I was watching kick off, I was I'm not particularly keen. I'm not really a football fan. But it just looks like a lot of fun. It looks like it's less of a sort of typical football game and more of a sort of a bit of a sort of panic to just try and get the football. So anyway, right, let's see if the damage things worked. Yeah, that's all good. Yeah, that's all fine. Yeah. And so all that mana, goes back. But yeah. Right. Anyway, yeah. So I think I will call it here. Yes. Yes. Exactly. Yeah. And I completely agree, and that's why it's like kind of I do want eventually when I sort of tweak that kickoff, I do want little footballs to come over and just kick and like but sort of come over and knock out the various different beam that it hits. But like that's like a slightly more future plan. But yeah, anyway, I'll probably will have to call it here just because I'm just absolutely like feeling a little bit rough. I think it's more run down. I've just had a really busy week. And yeah, just kind of exhausted, and I think I won't be able to create a honeycomb. Yeah, no worries. Thanks. It's been actually good. Yeah, thanks so much for stopping by. It's really good to hear from you, man. But yeah, right. Anyway, rock and roll. All the best, and I'll see you in another stream. Now, also to give you a heads up as well, I'm going to like next week is. Awesome Games Done Quick, so I'm probably going to just be watching that, and if I've got time for a stream then great, but it's just Awesome Games Done Quick this is like my sort of sacred time where I can just sort of binge. It's just the best thing to just like watch just on standby, and I'm probably in that time going to be working on Boxitaire, a PC version, because I'm very close to making a sort of global leaderboard, so it doesn't just work on iOS, but it works on when you play it on PC, Android and everything, and you'll just have a sort of generic leaderboard. But that's kind of in the early stages, so if I might be able to sort of make that sort of for the end of the stream. Anyway, right, this has been awesome, and I'll see you I'll see you next time. All right, bye.